The local legend of an 18th century inn has enticed the house detectives to North Wales. That's in 30 minutes, here on BBC Two.
University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello. Last time we saw Downing College, Cambridge go through to the second round. Tonight, two more teams who, like Downing, were among the four highest-scoring losing teams from round one, get a second chance to stay in the contest. Edinburgh University lost their first-round match despite dominating the contest until the halfway point, after which they sat back and took a bludgeoning from their opponents, Christ College, Cambridge. Even so, their score of 150 qualified them for this reprieve. Let's meet the Edinburgh team again.
Hello, my name's Andrew Gregory. I'm from Doncaster and I'm studying German.
Hello, my name's Hugo Warner. I'm from Bath and I'm reading law.
And their captain?
Hi, I'm Mary Ellen Foster. I'm from Canada and I'm doing a PhD in informatics.
Hello, I'm David Griffith. I'm from Stirling and I'm studying medicine.
Now, Hull University's losing score of 185 was earned in the face of formidable opposition from Somerville College, Oxford, in the first match of this series. Let's meet the Hull team again.
Hi, my name's Andrew Rowley. I come from Hull and I'm reading mathematics.
Hello, my name's Paul Lever, originally from Henley-on-Thames in Oxfordshire, reading historical research.
And their captain?
Hi, I'm Dan Price. I'm from West Kirby on the Wirral and I'm reading English.
Hi, I'm Ian Small. I'm from Ashford in Kent and I'm reading physical geography.
You all know the rules, but one crucial reminder, there's a 5-point fine for incorrect interruptions to starter questions. Fingers on the buzzers, here's your first starter for 10. Quote, she's only 5'4", and to make someone of that height look regal is very difficult.
Edinburgh Foster.
The Queen?
The Queen, the words of Hardy Amis, yes. You get the first set of bonuses then, Edinburgh. They're on proverbs in Shakespeare. Firstly, for 5 points, in which of Shakespeare's comedies does Lysander observe, as he's preparing to elope with Hermia, the course of true love never did run smooth?
Midsummer Night's Dream.
Correct. Which of Shakespeare's characters has the lines, since brevity is the soul of wit, and tediousness the limbs and outward flourishes, I will be brief. He holds the position of Lord Chamberlain at the court of Elsinore.
Polonius.
Correct. In which of Shakespeare's plays is it written on a scroll, all that glisters is not gold?
Merchant of Venice.
The Merchant of Venice is correct. Another starter question for a possible 10 points. In 2001, an exhibition at the Royal Academy in London displayed which Renaissance artist's illustration for Dante?
Edinburgh Warner.
Botticelli.
Sandro Botticelli is correct. Your second set of bonuses, Edinburgh, are on bridges. The Galatea and Ataturk bridges cross the Golden Horn Inlet in which city?
Istanbul. Istanbul?
Correct. The Akashi Kaikyo steel suspension bridge was begun in 1978 as part of a link to carry road and rail traffic between Honshu and which other Japanese island?
Kyushu.
Kyushu?
No, Shikoku. Approved in 1994 and completed in 2000, the Øresund link consists of both a bridge and a tunnel and joins which two countries?
Yeah. Denmark and Sweden?
Denmark and Sweden is right, yes. Another starter question for a possible 10. Hanging, pregnant and swinging...
Edinburgh Foster.
Chads?
Chads they were in the presidential elections of November 2000. So you get the third set of bonuses, Edinburgh. They're on sanitation. Which device, invented by David Bostel in 1889, ensures that a flushing cistern is refilled after use?
The Bullcock.
Ballcock?
The Ballcock valve system is right. On the Throne was the title of a television documentary on the history of the water closet, made by which writer and broadcaster?
Lucinda Lambton?
Correct. Of which of his eminent Victorians did Lytton Strachey write in 1918 that her conception of God was that of a glorified sanitary engineer, and in some of her speculations she seems hardly to distinguish between the deity and the drains?
Florence Nightingale?
That's correct, yes. See if you can get off the mark, Hull, with this starter for a possible 10 points. An ancient Egyptian remedy for an infusion of myrtle leaves to cure back pain and a prescription by Hippocrates of a juice extracted from willow tree bark to cure fever are the forerunners of which analgesic first marketed by the German...
Hull Small.
Quinine.
No, you lose 5 points. The German Bayer Company in 1900.
Edinburgh Gregory.
Aspirin.
Aspirin is correct, so you get the full set of bonuses. In describing the properties of a magnetized material, 3 vectors are used. The magnetic flux density, conventionally denoted by the letter B, and the magnetization, usually represented by the letter M, are 2 of them. Which letter is used for the third, the magnetic field strength?
Any guesses? No. P?
No, it's H. Using vector calculus notation, whose law states that the line integral of the magnetic field strength around an arbitrarily chosen path is equal to the net electric current passing through a surface enclosed by the path?
Tesla?
No, it's Ampere's law. And finally, for a possible, although unlikely, 5 perhaps, what name did James Maxwell give to the current that must be present so that Ampere's law becomes valid when the surface enclosed by the arbitrary path encompasses the dielectric of a capacitor that's being charged?
I'm sorry.
You want to take a guess?
Yeah, you want to guess?
Come on.
No,
It's
sorry.
the displacement current. Another starter question, fingers on the buzzers. Reinforced knee-high socks, called bramble bashers, are often worn by competitors in which sport who search for control points on a designated...
Edinburgh Foster.
Orienteering?
Orienteering is right. For your bonuses, we'll see if you know any more about cafes than you know about magnetism. Formerly associated with the writers of the existentialist movement, the Café des Deux Magots and its neighbouring Café Flore are situated on which Paris boulevard?
Yeah.
Come on.
Sorry, no.
It's the Boulevard Saint-Germain. Which writer, born Lula Carson Smith in Georgia in 1917, was the author of The Ballad of the Sad Café in 1951?
Any guesses? Sorry, no.
That's Carson McCullers. And finally, for a possible 5, established in 1982, the Bluebird Cafe has become a noted venue for the performance of new country and acoustic music in which city of the USA?
Nashville?
It was Nashville, yes. Right, another starter question now, and it's a picture one. For your picture starter, you're going to see a silver hallmark. 10 points if you can name the city it refers to.
Hull Lever.
Birmingham.
No, anyone want to buzz from Edinburgh? You may not confer, one of you may buzz.
Edinburgh Gregory.
Nottingham.
No, it's London. We'll take the picture bonuses then when somebody gets to start a question right. Fingers on the buzzer, 10 for this. In which Sports World Cup, held in November 2000, were Russia and the Lebanon?
Hull Lever.
Rugby League.
Rugby League is right. They were 2 of the competing teams. So you storm away to positive score of 5 points. And for your bonuses, you're going to get 3 more silver hallmarks. In each case, I want you to tell me the city referred to. First for 5 points.
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh is correct. The second for 5 points.
Birmingham.
No, it's Sheffield. And finally, which city is this?
Dublin.
Dublin is right, yes. Right, another starter question. In mathematics, what is the partial derivative with respect to y of the function 3x squared y?
Hull Riley.
1.
No, anyone want to buzz from Edinburgh?
Edinburgh Foster.
3x squared?
3x squared is correct, yes. Here are your bonuses. They're on Schoolmasters, Edinburgh. The Schoolmaster, concerned with the psychology of learning and published posthumously in 1570, was a work by which 16th century scholar and writer who also tutored the future Queen Elizabeth I?
Any guesses? No.
Come on.
Sorry, I don't think we're going to
It
get
was
it.
Roger Ascham. The Schoolmaster was the nickname given to which composer's Symphony No. 55 in E-flat, written 1774, because it was suggested that the dotted figure of the main theme represented a teacher's wagging forefinger.
55 symphonies in this. Yeah. No, sorry. Haydn.
It was Haydn, yes. What is the name of the central character in Evelyn Waugh's Decline and Fall, who becomes a schoolmaster at a private school after being sent down from Oxford?
Sorry.
Although you've got someone in a dinner jacket there, you still don't know. Okay, it's Paul Pennyfeather. Another starter question. In the 16th century, what surname was shared by the sisters Catherine, Mary and Jane? Catherine married the future Earl of Pembroke, Mary was betrothed to her cousin, and Jane married Guildford Dudley as part of a...
Edinburgh Foster.
No, if you buzz, you must answer.
Seymour?
No, I'm afraid if you lose 5 points too.
Yeah.
As part of a scheme to defy the provisions of the will of Henry VIII. Anyone like to buzz from Hull?
Hull Price.
Grey.
Grey is correct, yes. Here are your bonuses then, Hull. A woman's headdress called a gable, named after its shape and alternatively known as a kennel, was fashionable during the period of history known by the name of which royal house?
Hanover.
No, it's Tudor. Which style of bowler hat is said to take its name from that of William Coke, nephew of a 19th century Earl of Leicester?
Derby.
No, it's a billycock. And finally, what was the distinguishing feature of the black silk opera hat called a gibus after its French inventor?
It collapsed.
It was collapsible, yes. Right, another starter question. April 2001 saw the launch in India of G Mantriji, a Delhi-produced version of which British situation comedy first broadcast in...
Hull Lever.
Yes, Minister.
Yes, Minister is right. Do you know Hindi or do you know sitcom?
Sitcom.
Your bonuses are on mountains, Hull. The roof tower crowning the shrine in a Hindu temple represents which mythological golden mountain which lies at the center of the universe and is the axis of the world and the abode of gods such as Vishnu?
The Golden Mountain.
No, it's Mount Meru or Sumeru. Mount Carmel was, according to the first book of Kings, the scene of a dramatic contest to determine the true God between the followers of Baal and which Hebrew prophet?
Moses.
No, it was Elijah. Mount Somma is a high semicircular ridge separated by the Valle del Gigante, or Giant's Valley, from which volcanic cone?
Krakatoa.
No, it's Mount Vesuvius. Another starter question. Belgium is divided into 3 administrative regions, each having its own assembly and government. Wallonia and Brussels are 2 of them. What's the third?
Hull Riley.
Flanders.
Flanders is right, yes. Your bonuses, Hull, are on animal physiology. What name is given to the nerve cell, which comprises an axon and a cell body?
A neuron.
Neuron is right. What name is given to the process of collapse of an axon's resting membrane potential during the production of an action potential?
Exhaustion.
No, it's depolarization. Depolarization of an axon membrane is caused by the inward movement of positively charged ions of which metallic element?
It's potassium. Potassium. Potassium.
No, it's sodium. Another starter question. Deriving ultimately from the Latin focus, meaning hearth or fire, what word means a member of any of several British regiments formerly armed with a light flintlock musket?
Hull Lever.
Fusilier.
Fusilier is correct. Your bonuses are on the painter Francis Bacon. Many of Francis Bacon's paintings were based on the sequential photographs of the human figure in motion by which English photographer born in 1830?
Meyerabridge.
Meyerabridge is right. Bacon's portrait of a screaming nanny is taken from an image in which film directed by Sergei Eisenstein?
Potemkin.
Battleship Potemkin is right. The film Love is the Devil, directed by John Maybury, has which British actor in the role of Bacon?
Sir John Gielgud.
No, it's Sir Derek Jacobi, and with the scores on 75 and 105, we're going to take a music round. We're about halfway through the contest. You're going to hear a piece of popular music. 10 points, not for the name of the group or the song, but the producer of the record.
Here
Hull Lever.
Mike Waterman. Pete Waterman.
Pete Waterman is correct, yes. That's doing tragedy. So for your music bonuses, you're going to hear 3 more pieces of popular music. In each case, I want the name of the producer or producers of the track. Firstly, name the producers of this piece.
Is it Puff Daddy?
No, it's Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Secondly, for 5 points, who produced this?
Is it Giorgio Moroder?
Yes, it is, yes, and Pete Bellotti. And finally, for 5 points... Come on.
George Harrison.
That was Steve Lillywhite with Brian Eno and Daniel Lanois. Another starter question. In the 17th and 18th centuries, for what was the Italian family of Guarneri famous? The first of the line, Andrea Guarneri, being a pupil of Amati.
Edinburgh Foster.
Violin making?
Violin making is correct. Edinburgh, your bonuses are on terms for food. Said to come originally from the Persian for taste or relish, what word is used for the small dishes served in the Middle East, Eastern Mediterranean and parts of the Middle East?
Are you sure? Mezze?
Meze is right. What is the literal meaning of the Spanish tapa or tapas, referring to the small meals often served with drinks?
Finger?
No, it's cover or covers. In which country are zakuski, meaning little bites, traditionally served with vodka before a meal?
Russia?
Russia is right, yes. Another starter question now. Panda House in Godalming in Surrey houses the UK headquarters of which international environmental charity?
Edinburgh Foster.
Worldwide Fund for Nature?
Correct, yes. Here are your bonuses then. Joints of the human body are of 2 types. Synarthodial joints are immovable and are formed by short cartilaginous fibres. What term is used for those joints which are movable and contain a lubricating fluid?
Synovial?
Synovial's right. What term refers specifically to a painful condition in which an excess of uric acid in the blood leads to the deposit of crystals in the joints, the great majority of cases occurring in men?
Gout.
Correct. Which Prime Minister to Queen Victoria suffered acutely from gout? He was born Henry John Temple in 1784 and inherited his father's title at the age of 17.
Gladstone?
No, it was Viscount Palmerston. Another starter question. Suggested by the path that in Buddhism ultimately led to nirvana, what name did Murray Gell-Mann and Yuval Neeman give to their proposed system of classifying the subatomic particles known as hadrons into groups on the basis of symmetrical properties?
Hull Small.
Zen.
No, anyone want to buzz from Edinburgh?
Edinburgh Gregory.
The Eightfold Path.
It is the Eightfold Way, yes. Right, you get bonuses on martial arts, Edinburgh. In the sport of judo, what is referred to by the term judogi?
I'm going to say belt.
No, it's the judo outfit, the jacket and trousers. Shinai, bokken and katana are all types of weapons that may be employed in which martial art?
Yeah, kendo.
Kendo is correct. Of the 3 elements of the name Taekwondo, Kwon means fist, and Do means art or way. What does Tai mean?
Foot.
No, it means kick. Another starter question. Which aeroplane designer founded a factory at Dessau in 1919, built the first successful all-metal monoplane, and produced the dive bombers, night fighters, and troop carriers used by Germany in World War II?
Edinburgh Warner.
Is it Messerschmitt?
No, anyone to buzz from Hull?
Hull Lever.
Heinkel.
No, it's Hugo Junkers. Another starter question. Which city has, since the 14th century, held a twice-yearly festival with a name meaning a banner involving a horse race around the Piazza del Campo?
I'll leave her.
Siena.
Siena is right. Your bonuses then, Hull. Which winged creature holding an open book is the emblem of St. Mark and of Venice?
Lion.
Lion is right. In the book of Ecclesiastes, which creature does Solomon say is better than a dead lion?
A bird.
No, it's a live dog. In a broadcast on the BBC Russian service in 1979, which Russian writer said, "For us in Russia, communism is a dead dog, while for many people in the West it is still a living lion"? Come on.
Solzhenitsyn.
It was Alexander Solzhenitsyn. Another starter question now. Which island's flag is white with the diagonal red cross of St. Patrick, lies around 19 kilometres west of the Kutantan Peninsula?
I'll leave her.
Jersey.
Jersey is correct, yes. Your bonuses, Hull, are on musical theatre. Shown at the New London Theatre from May 1981, what is the longest-running stage musical in British theatrical history?
Cats.
Cats is right. Which stage musical was first performed in 1985, has a score by Claude Michel Schoenberg and a libretto by Alain Boublil, and has a leading character in Jean Valjean?
Les Miserables.
Correct. Who wrote Blood Brothers, the musical staged at the Phoenix Theatre in London from 1991?
Willie Russell.
Willie Russell is correct, and with the scores on 135 and 160, we're going to take another picture round. For your picture starter, you're going to see a still from an American film, which is a remake of a foreign language film. 10 points if you can name both the film you see and the original film of which it's a remake. You may not confer. One of you may buzz if you know. No, I don't think any of you does know. I'll tell you, that was Nicolas Cage in City of Angels, which was a remake of Wings of Desire. We can see a still here from the original of that. And we'll carry on to take the picture bonuses when somebody gets a starter question right. So fingers on the buzzers, 10 points for this. As a means of attracting mates, which part of their anatomy do Death Watch beetles use to attract mates by making the loud ticking sound?
I'll leave her.
Their hind legs.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Once thought to herald a death.
Edinburgh Foster.
Wings.
No, it's their heads or jaws. Another starter question. At an average price of just over £100 per volume, which 29-volume dictionary of music and musicians was in 2001 printed in a new edition?
I'll leave her.
Larousse.
No, anyone want to buzz from Edinburgh?
Edinburgh Foster.
Groves.
Groves is right, yes. So you take 10 points for that, and you get a possible 15 points if you can get the bonus questions correct. 3 more stills of American remakes of foreign language films. 5 points if you can name both the film you see and the original, which is a remake. Firstly, this.
The Assassin and Nikita.
That's right, and we'll see a still now from Nikita. There we are. And secondly, for 5 points.
Yeah. Birdcage and La Cage aux Folles.
That's right. Let's see the original from La Cage aux Folles. There it is. And finally,
Magnificent Seven and Seven Samurai.
okay, let's have a quick look just to check. There we are, the Seven Samurai. And with the scores on 185 and 130, 10 points for this possible starter question. If in order of increasing mass, Vesta and Pallas are third and second respectively, what comes first, making it the largest of the asteroids or minor planets?
Edinburgh Gregory.
Athene.
No, anyone to buzz from Hull?
Hull Price.
Pluto.
No, it's Pluto. No, it's Ceres. Another starter question. Which single noun may be defined as energy that's transferred from one body or system to another as a result of a temperature difference?
Edinburgh Gregory.
No.
Heat.
I'll accept that, heat. But if you can't, next time I'm not going to allow you to hang around before answering. Your bonuses then, Edinburgh, are on botany. Viscum album is the botanical name of which parasitic plant whose ability to sprout from the apparently lifeless branches of trees made it an ancient sacred symbol associated with the winter solstice? Come on.
Mistletoe.
Correct. Which plant is valued for its colourful bracts and was first popularised as a Christmas gift in Mexico, where it's known as the flower of the holy light?
Poinsettia.
Correct. What is the common name for the ilex genus of evergreen or deciduous trees and shrubs cultivated mainly for their berries?
Holly.
Holly is right. And another starter question for a possible 10. Founded in 1865 as the Christian Revival Association, to what did this religious and charitable organisation change its name in 1878?
Edinburgh Gregory.
The Salvation Army.
The Salvation Army is correct. 3 minutes to go. You get bonuses on meteorology, Edinburgh. The Meteorologica of around 340 BC is the oldest comprehensive treatise on the subject and is by which Greek philosopher and scientist? Come on.
Sorry, no.
It's Aristotle. In meteorology, the irregular flow of gases due to friction causes which phenomenon classified as either mechanical or thermal?
Lightning?
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, go on.
Lightning?
No, it's turbulence. Also known as a mock sun, what name is given to the image which appears as an intensely bright spot on or near to the solar halo and is caused by the refraction of sunlight by a type of ice crystal found especially in cirrus clouds?
Yeah. You want to go first? Yeah. I don't know. Dog star?
No, it's parhelion. Another starter question now. Sometimes called an Abney level, the hand instrument used in surveying to measure angles of slope is more commonly known by what name?
Edinburgh Griffith.
Spirit level.
No, anyone want to buzz from Hull?
Hull Small.
Clinometer.
A what?
Clinometer.
Clinometer is correct, or an inclinometer, yes. Your bonuses then. Westborough, Eastborough, Trondra and Yell are among the 12 permanently inhabited islands of which group of over 100? Come on, you haven't got time to hang around.
Orkneys.
There's the Shetlands. What is the largest of the Shetland Isles, about 60 miles from north to south?
Mainland.
Correct. Which leader of the Liberal Party was MP for Orkney and Shetland from 1950 to 83?
Joe Grimmond.
Joe Grimmond is correct. Here's another starter question. Which word in the Afrikaans language has its roots in the Spanish for an enclosure for horses and means a village of huts?
Edinburgh Warner.
Kraal.
Kraal is correct. Your bonuses are on a tree, Edinburgh. Which common tree, sometimes called the Great Maple or Great Plane, is Europe's largest maple?
Sorry, no.
It's the sycamore. What name was given to the group of men who met under a sycamore tree in 1834 to campaign against starvation? That's the gong. Edinburgh. Hull have 150. Edinburgh has 230. Well, bad luck, Hull. You got off to an absolutely catastrophically bad start, but you recovered towards the end, and I think actually probably you're more evenly balanced than the final score suggests. Edinburgh, many congratulations to you. We look forward to seeing you in the next round of the contest. We can now look at the whole fixtures for the second round. Newcastle will play Salford. Edinburgh, tonight's winners will play Wadham College, Oxford. St Hugh's College, Oxford are against Churchill College, Cambridge. Christchurch, Oxford take on Imperial College, London. Somerville College, Oxford play Durham. Downing College, Cambridge play Bristol. Trinity College, Cambridge play University College, London. And Christ College, Cambridge are against Kiel. I hope you'll be able to join me next time for the Newcastle-Salford match. But until then, it's goodbye from Hull University.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from Edinburgh University.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
It's getting very personal for detectives DL and Pascoe on BBC One now. Next on BBC Two, it's The House Detectives.
Basically, the studio's built out in the back of the house, over the garden.
My garden, he bulldozed it.
Next door, have a swimming pool, but this is much more expensive. Yeah. So you think he's a lazy idiot who can't speak properly?
If meeting the in-laws is terrifying, imagine visiting the Kumar family.
This chat show business is just talking, innit?
Absolutely. When is it that you're going to retire?
Come to the Kumars at number 42 in half an hour on BBC Two.
Save it for Mondays! Oh, chill out, fat boy.
Now on BBC Two, the House Detectives are uncovering the secrets of Plymouth House.